Well, I'm Mrs Jassal,
Okay.
and I have been here 55 years. And I came here as a student,
Mm-hmm.
and after doing my studies, started working with the Belfast Corporation, known as School Dental Service.
Right, okay.
And I have been more or less with the same service, you see, except that the name is changed to the Community Dental Office.
Okay.
I'm Mrs Jassal,
Mm-hmm.
and I came to join my husband, who was already here doing his studies. And in fact, I came only for 1 month
Right, okay.
because I was working in Kenya. I
okay.
was living with my in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
We were already married,
Okay.
and I was with my in-laws, and I was working in Kenya, and I got Christmas holidays for 1 month,
Mm-hmm.
and I came to visit him,
Okay.
but decided that I'm not going back.
Okay.
Here, though for a month, but it's about 54 years
Okay.
since I'm here,
That's great.
and I love every minute of it. I have been very happy. There were times when the life was tough.
Mm.
He was ill for nearly 4 months,
Oh dear.
and I was alone,
Okay.
and I didn't know anybody here.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how the blinds work.
In those days, you see,
There was no
very
central
little
heating.
Yeah.
central heating in the houses.
Okay.
The usual thing was to light the fire,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and or either you had gas burners
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
to heat the room,
Mm-hmm.
or you light the coal
Coal
fire.
fire.
That was a messy job.
that was a job.
Central heating was only available in libraries,
Mm-hmm.
government buildings, some of them,
Yeah.
but otherwise there was no central heating.
My goodness.
And we lived in a flat
Right.
there where there was only one.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 rooms,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a little ring,
Mm-hmm.
and not a proper oven or
Yeah.
a ring sort of for cooking, and the bathroom had to be shared,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still okay because, as I say, we were together.
Well,
Yeah.
as students,
Yeah,
those things are common, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the student life.
So I stayed on,
Yeah.
and in fact, we used to feel that maybe in a few years' time we'll go back,
Mm-hmm.
and we never did.
Yeah, well, from Kenya, of course, we were together when we left India.
Yes. Yeah.
And my parents were in Kenya at that time already. And we traveled to home, you see.
Yeah.
It was home.
Yeah.
We traveled home and there we were.
And that was it. That's great.
But when I left Nairobi
Mm-hmm.
to come here, at that time, of course,
They put garlands and all that,
Oh, wow.
they usually,
yeah.
lots of people, there were about maybe 30, 35 people
Mm-hmm.
who had come to see me off.
Airport,
Wow.
at the
Okay.
airport.
And
That's special. Yeah.
they will put garlands and all that on. It's
They
all,
give a farewell, good farewell.
That's lovely. That's really nice. Yeah, so that would be a special memory then, of your journey over
Yeah.
having that.
special actually is later on when I was in Dundee.
Mm-hmm.
I found the place so cold, you see, that I used to wear a double pair of socks sometimes, and all the woolies I had to sit in the centrally heated library with my overcoat and still feel cold.
I didn't even bring enough clothes
Oh dear.
because I had only come for a month
Okay.
and, brought very little.
Yeah.
And then I found when I decided that I'm going to stay, I didn't have enough clothes.
Okay.
And I wear saris,
Yes.
didn't wear trousers at that time. And I had very few saris.
Okay.
So bought the material from spinning mill
Right. Okay.
and put the hemming and laces and all that to make saris for myself.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he wrote to his sister that could she send a couple of saris for me, and they sent the saris and all that.
Yeah, because I think then there wasn't really any of the shops that we would have now.
No,
or even in you either had to go to England, didn't you?
we
to
We
London?
couldn't afford to go to England.
Yeah.
It was bad enough when he had to go for exams
Right.
because it costs money.
Yeah.
And as a student,
Yeah, you couldn't.
I mean, the money was in short supply.
Yes.
I didn't complain because we are very, we can manage in whatever we have.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But still, we didn't go to England for holidays or anything like that.
Managed.
So you weren't affected too much then? You were okay? You weren't affected too much with
No,
the food?
no, I wasn't affected much.
And what about yourself? What did you think whenever you first arrived?
Well, he had cooked the Indian food for me,
Oh, very good.
which I couldn't recognize. It was Indian.
He tried.
He had tried. He had tried. But we couldn't find ingredients.
Yeah.
Nothing was available here, and I hadn't brought anything, no spices and all that.
Yeah.
And about maybe 6 or 7 days after I had arrived, there were Navy people. One of the Indian ships was being renovated here.
Yes, that's right.
And they were Vikrant. Vikrant. It was being renovated, and there were a whole lot of Navy people that had come to do whatever they had to do. And they invited us.
Right.
And they had the Punjabi meal, which I call chapatis and vegetables and all that. And I went in there and I saw a heap of chapatis. And it was a heap. And it was there 1 minute, the next minute it was gone. And I asked those boys that how did you manage to get it? Woolworth used to keep the rolling pins.
Okay.
But I said, where do you get the griddle to make the chapatis? And they said, why, take frying pan and do it in frying pan.
Alright.
So if you don't have the rolling pin, take the milk bottle.
Very
and
thing.
roll it with that.
Yeah.
So they were very sort of...
Adapting.
they were adapting to whatever they had.
Okay.
And there was a shop called Willow Park in Howard Street. And today I can remember the name. Usually I don't. And they had asked them to bring some spices for their Navy people. So I could get the, if you go and buy the flour, they gave you the plain flour, which is no good for chapatis. So they said you'll get the right flour for chapatis from there. And we got a few things. And whatever we got, we made do with that. And
So there were about 2,000 naval personnel.
Wow, that's a lot.
And because they were in such a large number, they went to the Willow Park, that shop,
Yeah.
and they ordered bulk.
Huge
You see.
quantity, yeah. Okay.
So
So-
Willow Park came to know about these things. Otherwise people didn't even know.
Yeah.
Somebody went to get the chilies and they asked, how many horses have you got? Because I think they feed horses with the chilies.
My goodness.
And they said it's not for horses, it's for human beings. And the same goes for the different other things,
Like
But,
ginger and garlic and
we didn't get
coriander
ginger.
and things.
We didn't get ginger. And for
Yes.
years, nobody knew
Wow.
about ginger. There was a ginger that you could get in bottles for making cakes and all that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
But no other ginger.
My my
or
goodness.
garlic.